Hey Christy, this video's for you. Hey girl, how you doing? Listen, I wanted to respond to your self-injury video. I just wanted to say that was a really good video, and it took a lot of guts to make that video, and I just want to talk to you a little bit about it. I'm sorry that your parents felt that way about, you know, deciding to go ahead and put you through therapy and then all of a sudden deciding against it. Gosh, I have so much I want to say, but I wish you were here in person so I could really talk to you. I look like crap right now. I need a shower and everything. My hair is all sticking up and I look like shit, but I wanted to talk to you before I basically forgot everything I wanted to say, which I probably will forget everything I want to say anyway. But I want to say, I understand that a lot of people don't want to be put on antidepressants and stuff like that. And basically, in the beginning, I was kind of against it as well. But I went ahead and did it, and now I'm on them and everything, and I'm on so many of them. It's just a mess, And if you can do it without getting on them, it would be great. But maybe if you could just, if you decide to stop self-injuring and get on them for a little while, maybe you could always get off the antidepressants and you wouldn't have to stay on them for very long. I think that it'll come a time where you decide to stop self-injuring. Hopefully. We got our fingers crossed for you. I know it's going to take a lot, and I know that I haven't done it enough to be called a self-injurer, but I know the reason that I've done it is to basically, I've made cuts on my wrists, several cuts on my wrists, several different times, when I've been really angry at everybody and everything, and just the best way I can explain it is my mind gets flooded with these thoughts that can't get out, and my mind gets so flooded with these thoughts, and all these people have frustrated me, and the only way I can get it out is just say fuck it, and I just start cutting. I just start making these cuts on myself, and the blood and stuff that comes out is just this release that it's okay, it's just it's out there, I can breathe, and I just don't stop doing it. I just keep on doing it until I look down and I say, oh my God, what have I done? And I feel better, and then I want to clean up the mess and be done with it. I don't know if that's how you feel or not, but that's what I get from it, and I haven't done it enough to make myself have really bad, I have some marks on my arm that you can still see, but not really enough that I can see them, but other people really can't see them, so I'm really not what you would call, I wouldn't label myself, a self-injurer, because I haven't done it enough to where people can actually see what I've done, if you know what I mean. My therapist knows that I've done it, and she knows when I cut. I usually tell her when I cut, and she tells me, you've got to stop doing that, you don't need to do that, you know better than that, and blah, 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 blah. But, I gotta take a drink of something. I have a really good therapist, and I'm very lucky, and I would say to you on the therapist note, the therapist that you've had, just say fuck them, it's in the past, and it's totally in the past. You've got to give somebody else a shot at being your therapist, and if you don't find the right one, and they're going to be an ass about it, say screw it and go find somebody else. If they're that scared to take you on as a patient, you don't need them as a therapist anyway. So just say screw it and just go find yourself a therapist that wants to help you and take care of you and find out about you and help you. I mean, if you had a therapist leave and go on vacation and never call you back, that means he wasn't much of a therapist anyway. And if you went to a hospital and they told you not to ever make an appointment again, my God, what kind of freaking hospital was this anyway? I'd like to go and rip their heart out, and I'd like to go and do other things to them. Tell me where they are. I will come and beat them. Anyway, let's see. You just know, you really, on a serious note, you need to find a therapist that you can open up to, and that therapist can be there for you. So once again, it's kind of like what they've told me before, the therapist is going to be there helping you, and you're going to end up paying this therapist, and it's kind of like you interview that therapist just like they interview you, and go and see if you can, go a few times to a therapist, and if you're not connecting or whatever, then say, this is not what I want, and go find another therapist. Find someone that you can connect with, and they can connect with you, and you're going to trust before you open up your heart and soul to them. Let's see, what else do I want to say? Don't wait till it gets any worse, because when I went to the therapist, I got lucky. I got a really good therapist, or I call her my counselor, my therapist, my counselor, whatever you want to call her. She's a social worker. I have a social worker, and then I have a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist is the one that gives me my medication, and the counselor or the social worker is the one that I talk to, my therapist. And she is just a wonderful person. I've been going to her for probably 8 years now. I mean, my boyfriend's like, well, why hasn't she helped you by now? And I'm like, well, she is helping me. She helps me every day. Or every time I go to her, she helps me. Excuse me. I got indigestion. Stomach ache. I always have indigestion. I'm a constant indigestioner. She always helps me, and, gosh, we talk about everything, and I trust her very much. She's almost become like a second mom to me. I know that sounds silly, but she is, and she's very good. I wish you could come and see her. She's just a very kind person and everything. Now, my psychiatrist, he's a very nice man, but he's like, he does his business, and he's pretty much done. He, listens to you and stuff and everything, and he's very good with the medicine. He will get your medicine straightened out really quickly. He's the one that put me off work for right now. And he really takes care of business, as far as that end goes. And they're both really, you're able to reach both of them pretty much 24/7. Let's see, what else? And I don't think they would shy away from you either. I mean, even, being a self-injurer, I don't think that they would, say, don't come back again. That is just insane to me that somebody would say that to you. I just don't understand that. I just don't understand that at all. And I'm going to have to make another tape because I'm, talking too much, and then I don't know how to, stop it and start it and keep going with the same tape. So, mine runs out in 10 minutes or whatever, so I guess I'll make another tape for you. Unless I don't know something and it would go for 20 minutes. I guess I could try it and see. for all I know. But I don't know how to stop it and start it, and I have to get something to drink. So, I'll make another tape.